Hello, welcome to SwitchedOn, Paul speaking, and today we're looking at a really big release on the Nintendo Switch, and that is Burnout Paradise. This comes, of course, from EA Games, and it's going to set you back an eye-watering £45 and $50 in the US. Cheapest region is probably going to be South Africa. That's going to be the most applicable to most of the world that can access the multi-regions. It's around about £37. Brazil is the overall cheapest. Argentina, Mexico, so South America got the cheapest region out. Also, I picked this one up physically. Cost me £44, I think, from Shop 2. Have seen it at 37 at Game Collection, and even as low as 32 at the Game Collection as well. So shop around, and you might be able to pick up a bargain. I'm sure this one's going to go on sale pretty often as well, especially physically. So let's have a look at the game. I've not got this one to review officially. I just wanted to, for my own enjoyment, just wanted to have a little run around and show you guys how it runs. Firstly, the good news is it runs brilliantly. It's 60 frames a second. From what I've seen from people that have done speed tests, it's unwavering.
Just for this car. Beat the time and win an upgraded model of your current ride.
Just wait for the chitter chatter to end up there. Yeah, so 60 frames a second, which is excellent, but there has been some dispensation in the graphics. That's my dog goes crazy outside. Yeah, the graphics are downgraded if you, I mean, especially obviously if you're coming at this from the PlayStation 4 or Xbox. But yeah, if you're just coming from like the older original versions, not the remastered versions, then it's probably about comparable. Especially handheld, it's really quite blurry. In the distance, especially, like it's quite low resolution, or quite low textures, I should say. Gives it that feeling of sort of blurriness or Vaseline-ness. And in a game like this, when it's so fast and you've got so much coming towards you so quickly, it can be a little bit annoying that you can't really get that, you know, 20/20 vision on the draw distance. So that's a bit of a negative. I'm playing it now, obviously docked to capture the footage, and it looks a lot better than it does handheld. I'm not sure how well it's going to come across on YouTube, but yeah, it looks fine actually. It's not obviously as crisp as the remaster version is on other platforms, but it's certainly more than playable. So we'll just have a little drive around Paradise City. If you didn't know, this also includes all the DLCs. I think maybe every DLC that was released, certainly like Big Surf Island, the bikes they're in. It's going to start another event, but let's just have a cruise around, see graphical quality and stuff. So yeah, the lighting isn't quite as good. It's not bad by any means. It still looks really nice. There's a few jaggies. Oh, take your eyes off the road and you end up head on into a bollard or a wall. Thankfully, there's an auto repair shop just ahead of us, so that's quite handy. Need to get over there somewhere. Probably do a quick 180 and get through there, get repaired. So if you played this on other platforms, the big draw here obviously on the Switch version is the fact that it's complete with all the DLCs, which I think the other versions are anyway, but also of course you can take it handheld. Even though it does lose a little bit of graphical fidelity, it's still a great game to have in your hands. But really nice HD rumble effects.
Discover a gate with a yellow sign. Smash through it to find a shortcut.
Excuse my drive. Yeah, so you got really nice HD rumble, which really does feel quite nice actually. And as I say, the advantage is that it's portable. You know, you can take this with you. Right on the bus. On a road trip, on holiday. Your holiday's coming up. It's the perfect sort of game to jump in and out of. Has got online as well. We're going to have a look at that in a second. I don't think there's going to be anybody online. Just purely for the fact the game isn't released officially until tomorrow. So I'm not expecting the servers to be up. Tried to swing to a gas station, took that a bit too hot. Feel that boost. Okay, so let's just smash some more gates, but let's check online. Ramp, missed it. Fine, we're dead. Some spectacular crashes in Burnout games, isn't there? Right, so right on the D-pad, like other systems.
There are burnout billboards all over Paradise City. Can you smash through them all?
Yeah, smash through them all. Nobody connected at the moment, so let's have a look. So what else have we got? Free burn online, let's try that. Quick match, let's see if we can find anybody for an online session. Yeah, so the servers aren't up yet, so I guess they're going to be switched on midnight tonight maybe, or whenever the official release time is tomorrow, so that's a shame. But yes, good that it's got the online, so you've got that quick menu on the D-pad. It's down here. Let us know in the comments below what you think about how this one is running and looking. So I don't think you can argue. I was amazed that they got it running at 60 frames a second. We've seen so many racing games on the Switch, and just really games in general on the Switch that struggle. Even these older games that are ported over. We've seen recently, like The Witcher, Outer Worlds, which we've still got a video coming on that. That, you know, do make big sacrifices to get them running on the Switch, and whilst there is a little bit of drop in graphical quality, yeah, the fact that it runs so fast. I mean, I think if they couldn't get it running at 60, they maybe wouldn't have released it, because the speed is just so integral to Burnout, isn't it? I've also, you may notice that there's no music. I've turned the music off because I'm guessing, as it's licensed music, that would get me flagged pretty quickly, but it has got the full soundtrack on. Let's just have a look at the options. Have a look at the soundtrack. It's the full soundtrack they're used to anyway, so some great bands in here. Jane's Addiction, Alice in Chains, Depeche Mode, Faith No More, my favourite band, NERD, Soundgarden. So yeah, the full rock band here. Let's have a look how many tracks there is. No end, isn't there? Look. Getting on for 100, so 90 licensed tracks. Awesome stuff. But yeah, I've just muted the music really, just to get the video up. Be good to get some online sessions going, so if you're going to be picking up Burnout, drop your information in the comments below, and we'll try and get an online drive going. So what's that over there? It's a spray, isn't it? Let's go in the spray first. I think the biggest problem that's going to have, isn't it, is the price. Ooh, smart paint job. To be asking £45, $50 for Burnout Remaster is, well, it's not particularly pretty, is it? Because I think even now on PSN it's £10, I think. It's been sort of virtually free in humble deals over the past sort of years. I've got this sitting in Steam. This is about the 5th time I've bought the game on various platforms. So, bit of a shame that price point is. I don't know what EA are hoping for. They're sort of pricing themselves super high for these games, and then they'll perhaps have a little moan that nobody's buying their games. It's the same old argument with EA, isn't it? So, unfortunate. But anyway, I'm sure if you played this, you know it's an addictive game, doing all these little challenges, finding all these little secrets. If you've not played Burnout before, then hopefully you're getting a bit of a decent idea what it's about. It's an open world driving game. Loads of missions, loads of secrets. Like this one here is, you know, you get sort of achievements for smashing through yellow gates, smashing through billboards. If you pull up to traffic lights, let's see if we can find a set of lights. You can initiate a race or a challenge. You've got a boost meter there in the bottom left hand corner. Hold down B to activate the boost. And that builds up for doing stunts and having near misses with other cars. There's a challenge up ahead here. So you just put up to traffic lights, hold down ZL, ZR, so accelerate and brake.
Will you succeed as the marked man?
And you get these little challenges pop up. They're all over the map.
Escape southeast to the Wildcats baseball stadium before the drivers chasing you smash up your car. If you get there in one piece, you get a mark on your license.
Nice. So this one, I need to outrun the cars that are chasing me. You've got a compass at the top of the screen. Just point you in the right direction. Eat my dust. You might have seen there at the top you get the street names, and if they're flashing, it's the, sort of the one they'd advise you to take. Whoa, give him the slip. Need to make it to, I think it was the baseball stadium, without getting driven off the road by the chasing meanies. You can hold down L to look behind you. I'm nearly there. Yes. So there we go. So I made it to the stadium without getting taken down by the people chasing me. So you get a upgrade on your license.
Congratulations! That win was all you needed to upgrade your license to a Class D. All your wins have been cleared off the map, so you can beat an event again and add that win to your new license.
Get a new car.
Celebrate upgrading your license with a new car. The Hunter Mesquite has been delivered to the junkyard.
There you go. So that was a nice challenge. The map here, press the minus button to get the map up. I'm going to get back to the junkyard if we can. We'll get to a junkyard and we'll have a look at maybe if we can unlock the bikes. But yeah, I mean, I think the most impressive, the takeaway thing from the Switch version is the speed. If you're American, you're paying basically $1 for every frame that's gone into it. And as I say, that is going to be the big issue, isn't it? It's going to be the price. Nobody's going to be too happy about forking out what EA are asking for this game. It's already seen the complaints as soon as it was announced. So, making our way to the junkyard on the map, just down this road a bit.
Build up your collection of cars, then find a junkyard like this one to switch your ride. There are 5 junkyards to find in Paradise City.
So there's a new card we won on the first challenge of the video. And we should have the second one as well for completing that Wildcats challenge. Hunter Mesquite. All cars start pretty beaten up at the junkyard, then you can just drive through repair shops to restore them to their former glory. If we can get any bikes, let's have a look. Maybe we can. The Nakamura Firehawk. Oh, we can have that. So let's have a quick look at the bikes. This was a late addition to, or a later addition to Burnout. Added post-launch. Absolutely terrifying. Feel brilliant, fun to drive though. Whoa. Oh dear, wrecked. So that's the bikes. So yeah, that's going to be Burnout. I'll probably leave it there. As I say, it's not an official review or a look at anything. This is literally my copy that I bought from Shop 2. Lucky that it arrived today. This is the usual way with those guys. And yeah, so let me know below what you think of this. If you're going to be stumping up what EA are asking, if you're going to be picking up digitally from one of the cheaper stores, maybe a good option. You're going to hang on for a sale. As I say, I'd imagine a lot of there'll be plenty of second-hand copies available over the coming months, so it might be worth hanging on for a sale. But there you go. I will leave it out. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye bye.